All right, guys, I'm coming on here by request. I've been getting many requests for the Tesla stock for me to look at the astrology and also look at the chart here. So good morning or good evening, depending on where you're tuning in from, Tesla investors. First of all, this is not financial or investment advice. This is for entertainment and educational purposes. But let's take a look at the chart here. And this is on the monthly. As you can see, obviously, we've been heading down, and there's probably some fear for Tesla investors right now. Why is it going down? What's going on? And, there's some things in the news that are can spook the markets. But one thing is we have this triangle here forming. And as you can see, we're headed down to this line of support, and potentially we're headed down to this area around 153. We hit this level back in April of last year, so it's been a while since we've been at this level. Honestly, I just put in a buy order around 156, and then I might put a stop loss around 146, something like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, we could head below this level. Tesla stock is pretty volatile. We could, as you can see with the monthly closes, like sometimes it'll hit a level and then go much lower, but then end the monthly close a bit higher. So, I mean, there is a possibility that we could go below this level. Let's zoom in. I mean, potentially we could go below this blue line, head down to this level of support and come back up, or we could even head below this level of support before we come back up. I mean, that's possible. It's obviously not guaranteed. But I was actually looking at the chart earlier in the history, just kind of analyzing things, and the only other time I saw something kind of similar was around here, where it's forming this wedge shape with these trend lines. And that's what I was kind of mentioning here is like, it hit this level, it went way lower, but then it ended the monthly close still at this trend line support. And also, if we kind of map out where the levels of support were, I mean, I guess we could put a level of support there, and it goes below that level of support but comes back up. We also saw that here, well, actually a couple times, where it broke below this trend line but then came back up before the monthly close. Same back here. This one closed below it. We actually had 1, 2, 3 months below this trend line. So, there could definitely be something like that. We can't count that out. Moments like that, there's a lot of fear in the market. But even still, this was forming a higher low compared to this one. Yeah, so this is a bit interesting. Let me bring out the and let me know if you have any questions, guys. This is live. We formed this low there. That wasn't very good. Okay, I gotta work on these tools here. Form this low, and we did a higher low, and this was still basically a higher low, and this was a higher low, but then the markets tanked, and this area was where I'm sure there's a lot of fear, and it forms a lower low, so very bearish kind of chart action, but then it was able to recover after that. So we might need to be prepared for something like that, where we're thinking markets are potentially heading up, hopefully, and then it makes one last extremely fearful dump here in the markets on the Tesla chart before it heads back up. That is tricky price action there. So let's go to where we are now. This was definitely a spooky moment. I remember this. I didn't do very well in those moments. That was tough for Tesla investors. The smart investors were buying that and holding that. So maybe we could be heading into another moment like this at some point, possibly this year, where, I don't know, maybe we bounce around in here for some time. It looks like it's about to go up, and then, I mean, it could do something like this, something crazy before it heads back up. It's just a possibility that I want to point out. It's totally possible. Or we could, things could be looking a bit rosier. We could go like that, and then maybe we just bounce out of this. That would be the easiest price action. That would be the easiest to predict. But I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla stock does something crazy, like we head down a bit lower before we head up. Something like that. What are you guys thinking? Let me know in the comments below. And let me see if there's anyone tuning in live. Okay, beautiful. Grace says, sorry I missed the first minutes. Where do you think is the bottom? That's always tricky. But that's what I was kind of just mentioning. Either the bottom is something like around here, or, you know, maybe we're heading back down here at some point. It's tough to say, but let's take a look at the astrology, see if the astrology can give us any hints. So for those who are new to this channel, I'm looking at the astrology of Tesla. I look at the astrology of Bitcoin, and this is based upon the first moment that, in this case, the Tesla stock was released onto the stock market. So I got basically the Tesla birthday, and it's June 29th, 2010, when the stock started, and assuming it was 9:30 a.m. New York on the New York Stock Exchange, I generated this birth chart, and it's been fairly accurate so far. And with that, at least with my Bitcoin predictions have been, get this guys, 90% accurate. And you can take a look at my past videos to show proof of that. I'll be coming out with more videos to show proof of my predictions, but it has been 90% accurate. So let's take a look at the Tesla chart, the astrology here. We were getting a positive transit on February 7th, and that did give us, you know, a bit of a pump around this area here. But that was shortly sold off. So let's go deeper here. But that was temporarily positive for Tesla. The really good news is we're getting this transit again on August 4th and again on December 14th. And it's in orb from the end of June all the way through the end of the year. So that's actually quite bullish for give or take, you know, July, August, all the way through the end of the year. So perhaps, you know, any lows that we see in the next few months could be good buying opportunities. So that's very significant, what I'm seeing right here, because this is a positive transit. Pluto sextiled the Tesla Uranus. Tesla is arguably a technology stock, and Uranus is the planet of technology, and Pluto is the planet of wealth, and the sextile is a positive transit connecting these two powerful planets. That's looking quite bullish for the end of the year for Tesla. So that's very positive right there. We have been getting some negative transits heading up here this month. Let's take a look what I was seeing. This is a bit negative. That was on March 6th. This is negative. We have Saturn opposite the Tesla Mars on March 18th. So we could see more selling, just like I was talking about looking at the charts there. We could head down a bit lower, perhaps in the 150s. Yeah, very soon, within the next couple weeks here. Could definitely be heading down lower. But like I said, I put in a buy order. A limit buy order. All right, and then we have the lunar eclipse coming up on the 24th, and we're getting this negative transit. We're getting the sun squaring the Tesla Pluto. That's negative. Oh my gosh, and this one is this is very negative too. This is coming into orb during the eclipses. You know, we get the eclipse on the 24th and the 8th of April, and then we're getting this negative transit. This is quite negative all through April, starting the end of March, all through April, even into May. Very negative here. So I would actually be considering this a good buy opportunity. So April, May, we could see a good buy opportunity. Tesla, I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen. It's a bit of a mixed bag, but I mean, maybe we're heading down before we head back up. That's certainly possible. So I can't tell you how far we're going down, but anywhere in this area or down here. So, I mean, what I would be thinking personally is, so I'm buying some like around there, but then if it goes down here, I would try to buy even a much larger order. If that makes sense. And I would imagine down here there's going to be maximum fear as well. But we are getting this negative transit again September 18th. So negative on April 19th, very negative, and negative on September 18th. So we could get like I'm saying, those could be, I'm thinking this could be good buying opportunities. But this is not financial advice. You need to make your own investment decisions. I just have to say that. All right, Jupiter square Tesla Venus. That's a bit negative on April 1st. And then around the eclipse, the April 8th eclipse, we're getting another negative transit. So April's looking a bit bearish. All right, I'm going to skip ahead here, moving ahead. This is, this isn't very significant, actually. It's not, let's skip that. This is another pretty bearish in May, so still April, May might be a good, we might see some lows on the Tesla chart. But we get this Jupiter trine the Tesla Saturn on May 19th. Perhaps we're starting to get a pump at the end of May. Jupiter sextile the Tesla Uranus. Oh, that's very positive too. So end of May, we could be getting a recovery. Maybe we're much higher at the end of May. This is bullish on June 5th. Maybe we're getting a pump around there. Let's see this one. This is volatile on June 21st. More volatility. We could be getting world events this year. I mean, there's probably going to be a lot going on this year on the world stage, honestly. So it's a lot of unpredictability this year. This is a year of major changes. We have Pluto in Aquarius for the first time in about 270 years. Major world changes. I mean, the last time Pluto was in Aquarius was the American Revolution. All right, this is intense energy that we're seeing on the world stage, not just with Tesla chart, but the whole entire world. So we could see the macro economy. We could see a lot of volatility. So far, we haven't seen that yet, but we'll see. July. It's a bit of a mixed bag. I mean, July for the Tesla stock, I mean, we get this negative on July 19th, but then we also get a positive transit, so those might balance each other out. It really depends on the macro to see what's going to happen throughout the summer. But what is the saying? Like, sell in May and go away. So we might have a slow summer. We'll see. But like, I don't see too much more going on here. These we see some a bunch of positive transits here with Mars in October, November. So we could get a strong finish to the year. Like I was saying in the beginning, this really positive transit, the Pluto sextile, the Tesla Uranus, August 4th and December 14th. I mean, it's very bullish. So things could be looking good for Tesla at the end of the year. So, I mean, like I've been saying, what if we see something like this? Maybe we hang out here for a little bit more. And then perhaps there's fireworks at the end of the year. That's definitely possible. So that's what I'm seeing. What are your guys' thoughts? Kevin says lower low than up. Obvious. Okay. Thanks for that. Yeah, I mean, maybe it is obvious. Maybe it will be obvious here, guys. So that would be the ideal situation. You know, maybe I'm thinking about buying here, maybe buying even more down here. That would be pretty simple. So maybe that's the strategy. Just keep it simple on this one. All right, so let me know in the comments your thoughts, what you guys think is going to go on the Tesla chart here. Thought I'd pop on. I got a lot of requests for Tesla updates, so I went above and beyond and looked at the astrology for the entirety of this year. If you want me to do an even deeper dive, we could go month by month, but that was kind of the greater overview of what I see here. All right, so thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Definitely send this to someone who would benefit from this, a Tesla investor. Thanks so much for watching. Definitely subscribe. Please support this channel. I'm giving this information out for free. Like this video. Let's make the algorithm boost this video to get this out to more people. Share it with a friend or family member, a Tesla investor. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next video.